Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and in this video, we are going to be having a look at a Pacific P512 PF tuned by GlitchWorks. Now, even though the name implies that this truck would sort of be a over-the-top, crazy, high-speed monster, he assures us on the mod page that it isn't. However, I will leave that up to y'all to be the judge of because I haven't driven it yet. And I, of course, will be sharing my opinions of this truck with you guys, but I would love to hear in the comment section down below what you think of this truck once we see it drive for the first time. Now, he said that the first couple of modified engines are no different in power level than they are in the standard version of the truck. He said he just messed with the responsiveness a little bit, and then the max engine has a slightly increased power output. So it'll be very interesting to actually see what this thing is like. Now, it also has a full-time locked all-wheel drive and diff lock system. So that right there is going to take this thing to another level. So let's go ahead and fire it up and see what it can do. I can definitely tell you it fires up quicker and the throttle response feels better, and that's only from driving it across the parking lot. Alright, so let's go ahead and go into the customization now. Now, let's see, we've got engine 1750, engine 1950, and engine 2300. So we basically have an A power to weight rating option, an S power to weight rating option, and an S plus power to weight rating option. I think what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going straight to the S plus only because of the fact that these two are basically slightly modified versions of the standard engines, and then this one is actually increased power. So if you do want to go for a closer to vanilla experience, you could go with the engine 1 or engine 2, but for the purposes of this test, we're going to go for engine 3. Now let's go ahead and throw engine 3 in it. And here we have balanced, fine-tune, high range, and off-road. I'm actually going to go with the fine-tune just to see how it responds, and not only see how it responds, but see kind of if it was really messed with at all. Now we have the standard suspension, which already fits a 51-inch tire, which is crazy, and then you have lift kit 1 and lift kit 2. Now, I'm thinking we'll probably go with lift kit 1, and basically what he said is that he modified these suspensions to be a little bit softer so the truck wasn't as bouncy going down bumpy roads. So I'm going to go with lift kit number 1 for that. Now, we actually have the options now of up to a 55-inch tire, which seem like they'll fit on both levels of lift, lift 1 and lift 2. So let's see. Whoa, 55-inch GlitchWorks. Now, these have modified tire coating. Now, even though they look the same, the actual grip coating of the tires is a little bit different. So let's see. Oh my God, that's a 59-inch tire. I didn't even realize. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, that's huge. I didn't even realize it went up from 55 to 59-inch. I was like, that looks a little bit bigger, but I didn't even realize until I looked at it a little bit longer. Holy cow, that's a huge tire. So let's do advanced medium winch. And spare wheel wise, I'll leave that off for now, just in case we find a frame add-on that we really like. So I'm going to do the tall wedge caps. And frame add-on wise, you still pretty much have your standard assortment of what you would usually have available on this truck. And I think for our first testing round, I might use, well, dude, this would be an insane, maintenance truck. This would be a wild maintenance truck, only because of the fact that it's, with this setup, it could practically go anywhere. Let's see. I'm going to go with the reinforced bumper, and let's see. Definitely triple horns, because I think they look great. And LED fogs, they kind of block the horns, but I don't know. We're not really going to need them in this scenario, but yeah, the twin muzzle stacks, they look so good. And, ooh, we got actually quite a variety of wheels to choose from. I'm going to go with MD Rims 1. And now, for the color options, we again have a gigantic range of colors. I wish this yellow matched the yellow on the service add-on. This light orange actually matches it a little bit better, which is kind of frustrating and kind of annoying when you think about it, because you're like, oh, I want to make it match the service add-on, and it's like, no, it's not going to match it, not even close, but, you know, it's kind of one of those things. Just one of those things. So let's see. I'm going to go with this because it's close-ish, and let's see what this thing is like to drive. right off the bat, it's actually quite nice because it's not like jumping off the line like it would if it was, you know, a zillion horsepower. And when I say that, I don't say that in the case of like it being fast. I say that in the case of like the game actually glitching out the physics and the truck literally like lurching forward, because some vehicles with modified tire coating and modified engine coating will do that if it's not done a certain way. And so far, right off the bat, I can tell you this thing is done quite well. Yeah, you could definitely tell the difference with that softened up suspension. It really does make a big difference. And this isn't even the taller lift option. All right, let's put that all-wheel drive and diff lock to work. Let's go. Wow. Oh my God. Well, if that's not a gigantic difference from the original, I don't know what is. Oh my God. Wow. Dude, you want to talk about being able to reach stranded vehicles in any area that you please? This is what's going to be able to do it. Now, I do have to say that I wish they had thrown like an actual, you know, driven front axle underneath it instead of just an, you know, just an axle beam. That would have made it a little bit more believable. Like, I mean, the performance is still there, but it would be nice to have that sort of believability. Easy. Oh man. Oh, this truck's too big for this. I was gonna say that's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a big problem. And we have no winches in sight. Now, the problem with this is the fact that I think we should be able to bring... Okay, we should be able to bring something in that can help it, but we need to bring something, like, freaking big, because if we don't, we won't have the weight to flip it back over. Now, the IX3880 would be great, but the problem with that is the fact that it would require a gigantic build process. So, I'm just gonna bring the TUZ Tatran, because this thing, I mean, it'll always work for stuff like this. Even being a vanilla truck, it'll always work for stuff like this. Yep, you are coming with me. At least, I would like to think you are. Okay, yeah, you're good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And because we're on the testing grounds, we can't recover. Like, recovering out here is not a thing on the testing grounds maps. By the way, if you are wondering what map we're using, in the comments, this is Summer Testing Grounds and is available on all systems. So let's go ahead and head down the hill. Ah! Winch connected to what? Oh, him. Yeah, that makes sense. I was like, what is our winch connected to? Could you roll back over? I don't know how I'm driving right now, but... Whoa! Good Lord, I don't know how we saved ourselves from that, but alright. So, now that we've done our hill climbing and rock test, let's see what this thing is like in some mud. I feel like it'll be fine, especially with these tires. I mean, it's fine, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, I promise. Alright, first mud lane. Let's see what it's got. Okay. Yeah, that's like not even a remote issue at all. It didn't even know that mud was there. Or at least it didn't act like it knew that mud was there. Wow. Look at that. That's amazing. That is properly amazing. I'm putting it in the pond. Thing's heading for the pond. Let's go. Let's get it. Will it do high range through the pond? That's the big... Yes. Yes, it will. That's ridiculous. There are like almost no trucks that will do high range through the pond and stay in it all the way through. That is on another level. However, the crazy part is it doesn't feel over the top while it's doing it. It's actually very well tuned. I'm very impressed with the way it feels, the way it drives, because it's not weird and, you know, it's not like, it's not lurchy and jerky and like all over the place. It's got like a very, like easy to drive character, but at the same time, I mean, is it OP? Oh, sure it is. Absolutely. But the thing is, or at least in this configuration, it's OP. But the thing is, it doesn't drive like it is. And I know that that's a super weird thing to say and a super weird thing to try to convey to you, but like, you gotta trust me on this one. It makes sense. Oh my god, look at the way it's just soaking up these bumps. It's like, okay, that's not even there, so you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, that's the second time we've flipped this thing. This thing really likes to do that. It really, really likes to do that. And you know what I'm going to do? I am going to bring in another TUZ Tatran to save it. Because why would you not have multiple of these things? Why would you not have multiple of these things in your little SnowRunner rescue squad? And I love how we brought that thing into this test as a rescue rig, and yet we've had to rescue it twice. Now, that's not the truck's fault at all. That's on me. I'm just trying to push it to its maximum capability and see what, like, how far I can push it before it flips over. So that's not on the truck at all. But I am saying that I think it's funny, the fact that we've had to rescue it twice. All right, so now, before we get to the bridge jump, we need to put the Speedy Speed Boy transmission in it. And I'm going to also put the higher lift on it. And we'll refresh the gearbox. And, there we go. I want actual daytime back without a rainstorm. Thank you very much. All right, so we have 8 gears with this gearbox. This thing's going to be very fast. Very fast down the bridge jump with 8 gears. Oh, that's only 4th, and it is taking off already. There's 7th. I mean, it moves. It goes. Turn. Woo. It's a little top heavy. You do have to watch out for how top heavy it is. Like, if you're not careful, you will flop it. 100%, you will flop it if you're not careful. Let's make our way up. It won't shift up. Come on. Shift up, bud. 6th, 7th, 8th. Hit 8th. Whoa, oh! Wow! Oh my god, it's stuck in the ground. Although, you want to talk about, like, cleanly soaring over the barrels? Man, this thing did that perfectly. Only problem is, the front axle is buried. The front axle is like, what's sticking out of my hood? Something. I just don't know what. Oh, it's like a tree limb. Yeah, she ain't coming out of there. Well, maybe. Although I doubt that the TUZ Tatran could actually help us get out of here. I think that's the first time I've actually ever, like, made a truck pretty much just dive straight into the ground off of the bridge jump. But I'll tell you, it's actually, you know what? It's a really fun rig. And I think that if you wanted a P512 with, like, just with all-wheel drive and diff lock, like, you could leave everything else standard and then use the all-wheel drive and diff lock, and you'd have a blast, I think. Or if you want to use this truck to build something over the top and crazy, you could do that as well. Now, if you enjoyed this video, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this thing in the comments down below. And if you're new around here and you want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn those notifications on. And I will see you guys next time. Talk to y'all later.